Hi. So things are almost all wrapped up in Libya. And it's got me thinking about parallels. So, I have a couple of stick figures. I get the news from the same place most people, I think, that are news hounds of the economic clip that I am. I live above the poverty line now. I got from the various major news ones online that the compound, I saw pictures of the compound, and occasionally I'd see a Google, and it struck me, and this very casual look I gave to the whole proceedings, it struck me how small everything is. Okay, we have two people, and we have a broadcast. And over here we have another broadcast unit. Now this one, going back to that yellow grid, this one's got something different about it. Put four little things here, because it's different already. Somehow this one with the little yellow, sends out a message that's like a grid, like Chevy OnStar, how it knows where your Chevy is, or how a Verizon phone knows where you are, with your phone right next to you. Well, that's groovy because it makes life easier. Get over here, we're going to have a glass of water, or anything. Say Mountain Dew, beer. And over here we're going to have another one. Okay, let's see what watercolor or fluid. Beer. Okay. So without their cell phones on, or their grid phone, or grid car, these folks probably only hear the broadcast from the two towers when they got something turned on. But what if these people here, for reasons that good, bad, or indifferent, put something in the water that's like a little chip that has a receptor. So this person drinks that fluid, and gets that chip in them. So their body kind of gets.
But they switched out the word up and said new ideas for big Nazi under. What a critical thing to take a Nazi under. Suddenly Nazis being movement.
Okay, so you identify somebody by their behavior, and what happens if they got something that they didn't know about in their water? Okay? And it picks up on this. Now this one looks like a Japanese flag because we got a red dot. Because Japanese said Nazi government, and all those people who are Japanese Nazis aren't dead. And how much they have to do with Libya, I guess we'll find out on Sony Picture Studios someday. Okay, so maybe this broadcast doesn't affect this fellow the same way it affects this fellow. Now, something nice and beneficent overhead, like the heavens, is watching all this. Maybe more than one manifestation. And then, for those that are familiar with my schematics, there could be tendrils. Maybe more than one. Sort of overlapping. Well, the tendrils might have to fight their way through. Who knows? Maybe the tendrils will have to put up with their message being altered. Or maybe the tendrils are affected by the call of a human being, which is like the gods up here. And so you can see that we have a situation where monitoring microwaves and that which we eat might be more important than we hoped it should be. You'd think you'd be able to turn your back on a cup of coffee, or here in the United States, because, gee golly, we ought to have all these opportunities to get ahead. And although I personally believe the economic scheme is tight, too tight, however, I also believe it's our duty to ask for it to get less tight, or it won't. That's how the United States, that's how progress happens. You got to ask for people being too tight. So we'll maybe see if we can get a clear vision of microwaves. In this instance, it was water. And Libya's now got a bunch of people who they're looking at guns. And they got the guns. That are, from what I understand, it's not that much. So here was Libya with all this money and all this power and not that many guns. And now a guy who ran a lot of, well, wasn't, I'm presuming, quite a bit of drugs and not beer and water, is gone. There's going to be this big empty space as to who's got the guns and who's got the water and what kind of quality it is. Well, that's it for now.